Cool.
Okay. Well, let me shift a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about card payment systems and what are, from your, obviously we'll just acknowledge it. You have a biased perspective, but
Sure.
What are your, what would you say to a coin owner? What are the benefits of putting in a card payment system into your store?
Sure. Obviously I am biased and I think we have a great solution, but the reality is that, there's a benefit to at least supplementing coin, and I think there's two ways to look at it nowadays. There are really two solutions out there. You can eliminate coin, and there's a whole bunch of benefits there. And some people think, well, they're very owner focused, and not customer focused. I somewhat disagree with that. But then there's the other solution, which is a hybrid, which is keep taking coins, but also offer everything, right? And so I kind of have to take a step back and make sure that we look at both products uniquely.
Real quick,
solutions. Yeah.
Not sorry to interrupt you, but I always say, hey, if you're going to go the hybrid system, put it in a hybrid system and then incentivize the card system.
Sure.
Because not only is that going to be better for you and easier to run your business, but there's a lot of perks you can do for customers with the card system that you either can't do or are very difficult and cumbersome to do with a coin payment system. So,
and you would be surprised too, because I think that the biggest, argument that, a store owner makes about going coinless is that he feels he's going to alienate some of his customers, and nobody's afraid. Nobody wants to lose any customers. And we don't either. I mean, we're an operator. Totally. We certainly aren't interested in that either. But, I can tell you from firsthand experience, we have a store, it's close to our office here. That's a hybrid store. It's coin and card. And that store is 80% card. I mean, and that's not, the customers elect that 80% of the transactions in that store are going to be card. And in truth, I would imagine that the 20% remaining, or majority of that 20% remaining, would go to card if we just gave them a little more reason to. Mm-hmm. But they elect to go that route. So, the argument that says that it's only owner benefiting, the card side of it is not true. Think about how big laundry equipment has gotten just in the 20 years I've gotten here. I mean, we have 130-pound machines in some of these stores now. I mean, what does that vend for? $19, $20 a cycle. I mean, how do you put quarters in that? That's not even an option. That's not, you can't even do it. It would take you 10 minutes to start the machine that way. So, and of course there's dollar coin options and tokens. There's all kinds of things that people can do. But the reality is when we talk about this being a convenience business, how convenient is it to just be able to swipe your card, whether it's a loyalty card or a credit or debit card? That's convenient. I mean, I would argue that's even more convenient than putting coins in a machine that's even $5. So, we can't forget that, and that is one of the benefits. Is it's not just store owner benefit, because obviously you don't have to collect the coins. That's great. There's less coins to collect or no coins to collect, depending on the solution. But customers don't necessarily love carrying quarters around or leaving with $3 or $4 in quarters that they're going to save for next week or find another way to get to them. So, the coin side of things are there. I think there's equal benefit on both sides. Beyond that, I think, the benefits start to come into really more from a business sense. And you think about every other business or retail place you go to, I don't care if it's at Walmart or Sam's Club or whatever, nobody charges a vend price, whether you're selling a pack of gum or a couch, that ends in 0 or 25, Right. And the fact that we have historically been so connected to the quarter has really limited our ability to get a fair vend price for our machines and to really adjust with the changing of our utilities. I mean, my dad taught me a long time, my brother and I, that we're a utility business. I'm sure you've heard this before. Laundromats are often referred to as utility businesses, but unfortunately, we can't buy gas, water, and electricity at a rate that's never going to change. It's going to change always. Here in Chicago, we've got lots of water available to us, and our water has historically been fairly easy to get and inexpensive, or relatively, but that's changing in a hurry, that they're really spiking that. How do you adjust a quarter machine to appropriately adjust for a 5% increase in something, or an 8% increase? And to a lot of degrees, I think that some of the poor stigma that we have in our industry comes from store owners that have been unwilling to make vend price adjustments, because as their costs have increased, one of the things that store owners have been lacking in doing is increasing their vend prices, just historically, not everybody, but if you don't do that, then you can't do the things that are right by your customer, which are keep it clean, keep it operating, do all the things that we talked about before, because you're not charging enough. You got in this business because it made a nice return, and it was a fair return. It was all fair. And now all of a sudden your costs have gone up, your profits have gone down, and you start to have a negative feeling about our industry and things start to slip. And then, years go by, and all of a sudden you have, what's the term now? Zombie mat, right? So now we end up with a zombie mat because we didn't take care of it. And I think card systems can play a big role in offsetting that, because if you can adjust your vend price by 5%, 3%, 8% to adjust for those changes, you're making the margin that's appropriate. And quite frankly, your customers are accustomed to changes in price. And, the story that I say all the time, or that I make for people to try to prove this point, is that you go into a grocery store and buy a gallon of milk. I could go and buy that milk for $3 this week, and I put it in my cart and I drive off, and I come back next week and that milk's $3.15, just in 1 week's period. I don't think twice. I still grab the milk, I put it in my cart, and I say, I know things go up and down. We drive up and down gas stations all the time, and they change every day. The price of gas changes, right? It's not because the gas in that tank or in the ground is more expensive. It's just everything goes up and down in price. And so what some laundromat owners will do is that they'll say, well, I'll just reduce the service. Dryers are the easiest way to do that. They'll cut the time, they'll reduce the temperature, or on a washer, they'll drop a cycle, they'll drop a rinse or something, instead of raising the price. And I would argue that, well, if I went to the grocery and I bought that gallon of milk and it was only full 75% of the way, it was still $3, I would not buy that milk. I would go find a full gallon of milk, and, so the idea that, that retail customers won't adjust to an appropriate fair vend price adjustment because our costs change is not realistic. They do it every day. They buy that way, or they understand that. And, having a payment system in place gives you that capability. And it's really important to keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's a pretty compelling argument, because I hear all the time, and I feel this myself too, right? Like the price increases that you have to make in order to kind of adjust for the cost. It can be difficult to make those adjustments, especially over time. If you have to, raise your prices by, 50 cents or $1 or whatever, it feels uncomfortable to do that. Whereas if you can make, 10 or 15 cent changes, increases a few times throughout the year, that feels a lot more manageable, both probably to the owner, a little more comfortable, and also to the customers as they kind of adjust with you. So I like that.
The perspective also changes as well. And that kind of ties perfectly into what you just said, is this kind of comfort level. And laundry is a lot about perspective. It's convenience and customer's perspective, because, we all talk about, my 40-pound washers are doing this and my 50s are doing that. But do you think any of our customers know what a 40-pound washer is, or a 30? They have no idea.
I don't.
They stick their head in the tub and they're like, my stuff will fit in there. And it seems like that's worth $3 or whatever the vend is. Right. And, when you raise the price in a quarter store from, let's say, $4 to $4.50, I would imagine most of them are not counting the price. They're counting the coins. And so when they get to that, normally it's, 27 quarters to start this machine. All of a sudden it's 30 quarters to start this machine. That there's a perception that this got expensive, that this is more money. But, card systems help kind of mitigate that perspective, because it was the same push pull of a card or the same swipe of the card last week as this week, but it was 8 cents more this week. Mm-hmm. And the net effect, if the cycles were all 8 cents more, that customer might have paid 80 cents more for their laundry that week. And I don't think that we would have a lot of argument from our customers if, because our prices changed by 80 cents one week, that they would give us a hard time. And I think it's all about perspective. Yeah. So that's the other benefit.
Yeah. That makes a good point. And you can just learn a lesson from Chuck E. Cheese, because we used to go to Chuck E. Cheese all the time and give our kids a few coins, and it would last like a long time because there's a little bit of reluctance to put that quarter in, because once it's in there, it's gone. But they switched to the cards. Yeah. And now that card gets drained real quick. So we stopped going to Chuck E. Cheese so much, man. It got expensive. So learn a lesson from Chuck E. Cheese and make it easy. Again, kind of going back to the convenience, but also the perception. I think that's pretty compelling.